What it do, you guys? It's your boy Sid, and I am back with another video with me and my 2023 Manual Supra, other known as Stormi. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the things that I like and dislike about my Supra. I've had her for about 2 weeks now, so I've had some time with her. There are things that I like and there are things that I dislike, but I'm not gonna start this video off with negativity, so I'm gonna start about the things that I do like about my Supra. All right, so let's get it started. Before we get this video started, I want to let y'all know that every week I'm gonna try my best to be dropping a video. Every weekend, every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I'm gonna be dropping a video, new content in this car. But y'all should stay up for January 6th to January 8th weekend. I am coming up with something big for this car, something super cool, something that's never done before on YouTube. So y'all gotta stay tuned. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm 99% sure no one else has done what I'm about to do on January 6th weekend. But that weekend is gonna bring some cool content with Stormi and the Supra. All right, so y'all better stay tuned, better like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do. But this upcoming weekend, there's gonna be some cool content with this car. All right, so y'all better stay tuned for that. Alright, I apologize for the lighting. It's probably the best it's gonna get, but I'm gonna fix that for my future videos. But let's just get it started, right? So one of the things that I do genuinely love about my Supra is this, right? The fact that I can configure my own driving settings, all right? I came from a 2015 Hyundai Veloster. That came with such minimal interior electronics and so forth. You know what I'm trying to say? A limited technology in my Hyundai, right? So having something like this, it just blows my mind. The fact that I can change my dampening, my steering, and my engine from either sport to normal mode. That is incredible. I know this is probably something that like a lot of BMW owners have and like so forth and whatever. But like coming from a 2015 Hyundai Veloster to seeing something like this just blows my mind. I can literally change the dampening of this from sport to normal, so that's pretty cool. The steering from sport to normal just tightens up the steering wheel. Same thing with the dampening, just tightens it up, gives you more of a sport feel in there. And then the engine goes from sport to normal. That's pretty sick because that's just like a short-ended version of like trying to like open and close your valves. So if you wanted to like customize these all, you can have your dampening normal, your steering sport, your engine sport, or like any sort of customization from there on out, right? And then we got the gear shift assistant on this thing. So if you want, you can turn that off, and that's pretty much like I have that turned off when I'm in sport mode because I really dislike that, but we're gonna get into that later. I'm gonna talk more about that. But you can pretty much just turn this off and on through here too. So when you're in sport mode, you don't have the auto rev match and the gear shift assistant. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty sick to have in this brand new car. All right, the second thing I love about my car is the low end RPM gargles that I get. All right, the little pops and gargles that you get at the end when you're in like in your low gears and like the low RPMs. When I mean it sounds beautiful, it is beautiful. I cannot kid you not. My Hyundai Veloster, I'm gonna compare this car to my Veloster, right? All right, because that's the only car I can compare it to, right? So when I'm in my Hyundai Veloster, the one thing that I did love about it, I did a muffler delete on it, and that would give me the craziest gargles and pops and like just, you know what I'm trying to say? I love that part, right? And I was kind of disappointed in getting a new car and not having that sound in it. But this car does it, and it does it on such a low end, and that's just a stock exhaust. That's a stock exhaust on sport mode that it gives me those low end gargles, right? When I get a downpipe on this thing and I actually hear some real gargles and pop, I'm gonna melt. But as of right now, those low end gargles and pops that I get from the stock exhaust are crazy. I'm gonna put some video clips up in there for you guys to hear it. But just off word of my mouth, that gargle, that low end gargle is like music to my ears. It's like when you have the windows down, you're just cruising and like, you come to like you're downshifting in second gear and you're about to like make a turn, you just hear the it's like, oh my god, it just makes me want to nut. You know what I'm trying to say? That shit's just too cool. So I love that part about my car. I really do. All right, so the third thing that I love about my car is the fact that I can open and close the valves when I'm in sport mode. I think that is so cool. That is a part of the technology that I keep talking about that I think is super sick. But the fact that I can open and close the valves is just unreal, considering the fact that it's like the stock exhaust. Like I can just have it quiet if I want to like not wake up my neighbors or something like that when I go to work in the mornings. Or I can have it freaking gargling and popping as soon as I wake up early in the morning. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that shit's super cool. Keep it quiet, keep it open. Dumbly. That's something that like when I decide to get a downpipe or anything like that, you have to keep that stock OEM like valve switch in there. You got to keep that in there. There's no way you're gonna switch that out. There's just no way you're gonna get a whole new exhaust system and not have that Valvetronic work in there. That's just foolish. So I love that part about it, honest. That's just dope. And the last thing I love about my car is the gear shift. When I'm telling you that this gear shift is perfect, it is perfect. I don't have much to compare this gear shift to, because like I said, I came from a 2015 Hyundai Veloster Turbo, right? And the only other cars that I've driven that are manual have been a WRX and now this, all right? So the WRX, the only thing I'm gonna compare it to is how deep that clutch is, and I didn't like that, right? This clutch is perfect, number one, all right? And number two, the gear shift is so, you hear that? So just perfectly notchy. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like, it's so notchy, has so much like perfect play and like resistance to it. Like, if I were to build a gear shift myself, and if I had the intelligence to build the gear shift myself, this is how I build a gear shift. I couldn't imagine what any other car, who could say any other gear shift is better than this. As in, like, I couldn't imagine what could be improved to this gear shift to make it any better, because that's how much I like it and that's how much I enjoy it. It's just too smooth and it's just too perfect, you know what I'm trying to say? I couldn't imagine what any other manufacturer could possibly do to make this gear shift any better. Alright, so I finished talking about the things that I love about my car, and of course there are things that I dislike, alright? So I've heard this from a bunch of Supra owners, and I know I'm not the only one, so it applies to all Supras no matter what Supra you get, manual, automatic. But the wind buffeting in this car is god awful. When I mean god awful, I mean horrendous. You cannot go above 45 miles an hour without the wind buffeting damn near blowing up your eardrum, right? So that's something that I really wish that like Toyota like probably thought of to like fix when they created this car. But like I said, none of these things that I dislike would make me not buy the car. You know what I'm trying to say? I would never. I'm happy how the car came, you know what I'm trying to say? It's just like little things, like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and like be nitpicky and talk about like the things I dislike and be like, oh, like I wouldn't buy the car because of that. Nah, that's bullshit. Like, I would still purchase a car any other day of the week. It's just things that I dislike. No car is perfect, you know what I'm trying to say? I didn't create the car, it is what it is, you feel me? But the wind buffeting, when I mean it's terrible, it can't go above 45 miles an hour. But there is a solution to it. For me, it costed like 10 bucks. For other people, I've seen other people cost like 50 bucks to try and fix it. Fuck that. $10 is all you need, right here. Went to Amazon, copped some shit, right here. That's all you need. You can't even see it. Can't even fucking see it, bro. Anyone that said some bullshit about talking about like, oh, this is ugly. Nah, bro. You can't even see it. Look at that. All you need is a piece of plastic. I'll put the link in the bio. I got it off Amazon for $10. I'll put the link in the description. $10 to fix the wind buffeting. When I mean $10, I mean legitimately $10. You put a little strip of plastic right here. All it literally does is just deflect the wind just a little bit so it's not going directly into the cabin and causing all that boom shit. All right. So that's all you need. $10 is to fix it. So it's not that bad. It's just aggravating that the fact that like the car didn't come like that and like they didn't think of anything like that. But if you were thinking about buying some carbon fiber $50 fucking piece to sit right here, bullshit. Don't do it. $10 right here. Amazon, link in the description. I got you. So another thing that I dislike about my Supra, I don't know if it's because I live in sunny South Florida and the sun's always shining and it's bright as fuck and it's hot as shit, but I get this terrible ass sun glare, all right? I get this terrible sun glare that hits literally right here on the carbon fiber and goes straight into my eyes and legitimately blinds me while I'm driving. So I mean, like, I do wear sunglasses, like it is what it is, but like it's just aggravating that the fucking sun literally just shines right on this carbon fiber and literally blinds a man by like going straight into his eyes. You know what I'm trying to say? I got tints on the window, so I know it's not the tints. This isn't tinted, so like I don't know. I'm not like that could be an issue, but like, bro, I legitimately like I'll be driving, swing straight beam right here, straight into a nigga's eyes, and that should be burning me. So that should be kind of be pissing me off. I gotta put on sunglasses when I really don't want to put on sunglasses sometimes, but not that big of a deal. But it's just aggravating, you know. All right, the next thing. I don't know if it's my seat positioning or if this only applies to me, but the angle that like I have to reach my arm at to hit the gear shift is awkward sometimes. Like it sits at such a weird angle for me where like my arm is either here or here. Like, you know, it's such like a weird height where like it's just awkward to get your arm over like the cup holder area just because of like the height of this thing. So it's not like a big issue, but it's just like slightly uncomfortable to just like like I said, it could be like me, the way I'm like seated in the chair. Like I know you can move the chair up and down. Like I'm not an idiot, you know. Like I can move it front and back. Like I'm not a jackass. Like, you know. But like the height of it is just like slightly awkward, and it's just slightly awkward, you know. Like I'm not, like I said, it's not gonna make me not buy the car, but it's just slightly awkward, and I wish that just like was just changed a little bit. So if you ever have the Manual Supra, just think about the fact that like if you're any taller than 5'11", and you, because I'm telling you, if I were to move my chair up anymore, I'd probably be like hitting the roof, like, you know what I'm trying to say. So the fact that I'm like damn near like at the height capacity that I could reach in the height of this chair, and I'm still having the issue of like uncomfortably like reaching over to like shift gear sometimes, I don't know. It's up to you whether or not that's a big issue or not. To me, it's not that deep. So another thing I dislike about this car is the pumped in audio that you get from driving. All right, so when the windows are up, you have super good like in cabin like noise cancellation from the outside, so you really don't hear the exhaust like from the inside of the cabin too loudly. But since this car is created by BMW, damn near like the transmission and the engine per se, you know what I'm trying to say, like you do get like some BMW quirks, and that is like the fact that they do have pumped in audio for the exhaust, right? The only reason that pisses me off is because it's like not authentic at all, and like what I'm hearing is like, I don't know if that's like truly like what's going on with the car, if that's like the fake audio sounds in the car. I just don't like it. It's not authentic. I don't know why. I don't know what car enthusiasts would like pumped in audio. Like I don't mean to like flame anyone who likes it, but like I can't imagine what benefit you gain out of getting pumped in audio inside the cabin. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like anyone would want to hear what the car sounds like by itself, not some computerized pumped in audio sound. So I think that's kind of foolish. You can't turn it off, which really sucks. The only way to turn it off is like through like Beamer code and other stuff like that I've heard. So like that's the only way to get rid of it. You can't go through the settings and figure out, nah, impossible. You just have to deal with it until you decide to code your car through Beamer code. So it is what it is for now. Until I decide to get Beamer code is the only way that I'm just gonna have to suck it up, you know. Another thing I dislike, and this is kind of being nitpicky, this isn't really like something that, like I said, is gonna none of these things are gonna make me make or break me buying the car, right? Another thing that I really wish I had was a hand e-brake. All right, you get the electronic one. It's pretty cool, whatever. Like, you know, you flick it up and down, turn it on and off, like whatever. But I really wish I had like my manual like e-brake. Like that shit is just like what truly makes a manual car. Having like everything manual to the e-brake. You know what I'm trying to say? Shit, give me roll down windows too. No, I'm just playing. But like you get the idea. Like that's what truly makes a manual car. Having also the e-brake, like the hand e-brake. So I think that's cool. Kind of miss it. Not a big deal, but I kind of miss it, you know. And the last thing I dislike about my car, and honestly, this is actually one thing that I do hate about it. All right, I don't know. Someone educate me. Maybe there is a benefit behind it, right? But I don't see the benefits behind this, right? I just feel like it's a cheat code. Is the auto rev matching? I think the auto rev matching is just a glorified paddle shifter. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. The auto rev matching, the only way to turn off auto rev matching is if you are in sport mode. All right, so it makes sense. You know, you're not in sport mode. You have to rev match yourself. Like you have to drive a manual car like how you normally would drive a manual car, right? But when you're not in sport mode, like a normal comfort mode, it does the auto rev matching for you, and there's no way to turn that off. And like I said, unless you're in sport mode, that's the only way auto rev matching isn't on, right? The Supra calls it gear shift assistant. You can turn it off like in sport mode. But like I said, I don't see why anyone would want gear shift assistant if you know how to drive a manual car. This car itself is easy to drive for like a brand new manual user. Like the clutch is super easy in and out of first gear, and then like after that, like it's just money from there. You know what I'm trying to say? But to sit there and have auto rev matching just seems damn near senseless. Like I said, it's like paddle shifters on crack. It's like what's the point of even driving the manual car if the computer's gonna rev match for you? That's the beauty of driving the car. You know what I'm trying to say? Tapping the accelerator, matching revolutions, make sure you don't buck. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That's the beauty of driving a manual car. You have control over the car. Auto rev matching doesn't give you the control over the car completely like how I want to have it. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's kind of foolish to have auto rev matching. Someone let me know the benefits of auto rev matching. I can't imagine what, unless you're lazy. Like, I don't mean that in a rude way. Unless you're lazy and you don't want to just like rev match yourself, but then like what's the fucking point of getting a manual car if you don't want to rev match it? You know what I'm trying to say? So Toyota, I think you fucked up on that one with the auto rev matching. I think it's for lazy manual driver users. But hey man, it don't make no sense to me, but maybe somebody else out there likes it. But that's something I truly dislike, is that auto rev matching. I don't know why, but I truly dislike it. Alright, this is one of the last things that I really dislike about the car. And this is almost like, this is kind of random. Like, I wasn't even about to like say nothing about this. This one's just, someone explained this to me too. I figured it out after a while, but someone explained this to me. So, the batteries for this car are in the trunk, right? So the battery is under here. So the first time I was doing this, I was like, okay, maybe this car is just spare or whatever. So I'm like, all right, maybe there's a spare underneath this little thing, you know? But how the fuck? Explain this to me. How the fuck am I supposed to lift this up when it's the exact same size as my trunk? Like, look at that. You see that? It's not because it's towel. It's because of this shit. You see that? How the hell am I supposed to reach my battery if this is like this? Like, the fuck? That's just a stupid ass design. I mean, you can take it out. What you're supposed to do is like slide this forward, like pick it up, like whatever. But like, if I was in a rush and something happened and I really need to take my battery out for some ungodly reason, like, it's impossible. Like, why would I? Like, why the fuck? Like, that's just a stupid ass design. I'm sorry. Stupid ass design, Toyota. Don't know what you were thinking. Kind of dumb. But like I said, none of these things would make me make me not buy the car or not. It's just little things in here that I dislike, you know. Nothing crazy, but it is what it is, you know. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, there is content coming for this car, all right? I just dropped the bag in this car, all right? Give me a couple of weeks to break her in and get some parts for this car, but stuff is coming. January 6th to 8 weekend, all right? Mark your calendars. There is some cool content coming for this car. Like I said, it's probably something that's never been done before on YouTube, you understand? Probably something that's never been done before, all right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the first person to ever do this, but it probably hasn't, all right? I'm 99% sure no one's done this, all right? So y'all better stay tuned for January 6th, 8th weekend, because something cool and exciting is happening, all right? So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching, all right? We out for another week. Peace. It's a random side note, all right? If y'all know anybody in the Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, Miami area that knows anything about a 300D 1983 Mercedes-Benz, let me know. Trying my best to get some new rims on this thing, alright? It's my dad's car. Trying to get some cool shit done, alright? I'm trying to see if I can hook them up or something, alright? If anyone knows anything about these cars, alright? Let me know where I can get some cool rims, fix up these rims. I want to keep the original ones. I just want to fix them up. Let me know if anyone knows anything about that, alright? We out. Peace.